One. We can take a visual roll call. And I don't see any public, so I guess there's no comments. Is there any amendments to the agenda?
Nope.
Consent agenda, entertain motion to approve items A and B,
I'll make that motion.
and I'll second it. Is there any questions or anything? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Under business, fire department updates.
Thank you. Just got a notice from one of my lieutenants, Ken Sharpada, who was our shift supervisor. He's gonna be retiring effective May 25th. So he gave us a couple months' notice, which is nice. So I'm gonna enter that into the record. And then with that, we would be promoting the last person on our eligibility list, which would be Blaze Clarendon. We would be promoting him to lieutenant and then hiring for the vacancy. So right now there's 4 vacancies, or 3 vacancies. This will make 4. So on our testing March 9th, we just found out from IO Solutions that we have 22 that are signed up for the test, and a handful of those do not have their CPAT. But they have up until they show up that day with it, because we had to make that change where
Right,
we
yeah.
couldn't extend it. There was an issue with that, so. With that, hopefully we get, they all show up so we can get a nice applicant pool. And then the other, question I had, I'm gonna wait until executive session, because I need to, it's an attorney question.
Where are you having the tests on the next?
Willowbrook High School,
Oh, at high school.
March 9th. I believe you guys got the email on that?
I haven't seen it,
Okay.
but
I mean-
I haven't been around. So I might have accidentally deleted it because I had a whole bunch of stuff.
Sure.
Catching up on.
You can just send a reminder.
Yeah, I will.
Thank you.
And of course, you guys are welcome to show up to see, our future generation.
See the young folks.
Correct. If any of the police wanna
Any food?
change careers, come on over. Omelet stations, that's how we roll it.
Just making sure.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's all.
that's all. Okay, chief?
One thing for this part and then everything else for executive session. We wanted to look at an amendment to the lateral section of hiring. The only problem is, I don't know if you have a copy of it, just so we can take a look at it. Do you have a copy?
Chief gave me this.
For the amendment to laterals, so just kind of keep it free flowing and open, which a lot of departments are doing these days, because we end up exhausting our lateral list, because the 6 candidates we have, we've flown through them in backgrounds. Yes, so what we would ask is the board to take a look, or the commission, excuse me, to take a look at what's in red. That's the change, and basically what it says, the final eligibility roster will be continually revised to include all candidates for lateral entry. So it's a continually updated list. So every time we have a candidate come in, we'll interview that person, we'll vet that person, we'll do backgrounds, to see if that person could be a potential candidate for us for hire.
So you're saying instead of doing a mass,
To
you
have
want
an-
it to be an ongoing process?
And we have to in this day and age for flexibility, because if we were to keep our list closed, we're losing potential candidates to other departments. And we actually had got the verbiage, as did John Kelly from another department, from Westchester, I believe, was one of the departments that has a continual open lateral list. And to be competitive in this market, which is extremely competitive, and people are going back and forth and leaving all departments, this just allows us that fluidity to go ahead and take advantage of somebody who's looking at our department in present day, instead of saying, well, our list is closed, why don't you come back in a year and a half, or a year, or in 6 months. So, but John Kelly was the one who had produced the verbiage. So I'll let you take a look at this, and I'll.
If John produced it, I'm good with it. And I have another commission that I represent, and they don't close their laterals. They just, they take them in as they get them. Lateral
Flawless for all the same reasons I stated, or is there anything else also that they said that you can
No,
think of?
it's because it's a really, really competitive market, and if you get a good lateral candidate and you don't snatch them up right away, they're gonna go somewhere else.
So you have no problem with this?
No, especially if John had eyes on it, and like I said, I have another commission that does not have a closed lateral list, so this is not exactly an unusual procedure.
So then a motion would be in order then to accept the change to the lateral list?
Yes. And we can produce documentation from emails back and forth to John if the commission requires it.
Now, I
So-
don't know how much John makes you guys, like how strict John is with you guys. I try not to like tell other people's clients what to do.
I know, but it should be on the
But
agenda.
yeah, technically speaking, you guys should vote on this at your next meeting because we wanna make sure we have an agenda item for it.
Oh, I see what
Since
you're
you're gonna
saying.
be voting on it.
That is
Okay.
a good idea.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
good.
another question I have about this as well. So, like, for example, right now, we're accepting the applications for the lateral. We put a due date on there of the 4th, just to have something in place. We only have 3 applicants so far. So how does it work with the interview process? Because on the rules and regs, or the rules of the police commission now, says that you interview and score. But when you only have, one here, one there coming in, how does the other town do it? Do they just do a quick interview based on,
They will.
I hate to bring the whole commission in to interview 2 people when, we could see right away, well, this person might have been terminated somewhere. We know we're not gonna hire this person, or whatever it might be. So how does that look moving forward?
Well, this is a better question for John and for your commission, obviously, because they'll be the ones who ultimately determine how things go moving forward. With what I have seen with lateral candidates is it's as someone applies as a lateral, you would just interview them. You don't do scoring and a list for
that's
the
what-
laterals. You would interview them, you would extend your conditional offer, and then you would conduct a background. But
So I took, our lateral application, I think we stole from, it was either Skokie or, one of those towns over there. They had a real nice setup online, cause our applications here are like way outdated. So they have the process where their application has all the waivers and has everything. It almost looks like when a lateral comes in, they kinda start a brief background on that person
Well,
right
you
off the
could-
bat.
have them sign off the waivers, but you should not technically do backgrounds until you've given them a conditional offer. Just
Well, yeah,
above board, best practice is background after conditional offer.
well, that's, the background is usually first, and then the conditional offer is for the psych and the medical.
Okay.
But usually the backgrounds are approved by the board when we do them.
And that's, I am stepping into this commission,
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys typically, so I don't change your procedures
Yeah.
based on, and that's why I think that that's a better question for when John's around.
Okay,
Because I'm not familiar with your guys' rules, I don't know,
so we
how
should,
John wants things, like what his preference would be as your attorney. And I don't wanna give you advice that
Yeah.
he's gonna come back next month and be like, no. I don't like the way Megan wants things done, we're gonna switch back. So I would, I think that's a better question for John in terms of like how to change the interview and hiring and onboarding process for laterals.
are you guys okay if we contact John
I
and
was just gonna suggest.
let him know that, hey, you have one line in here that's perfect, but further down, there's other lines that may,
The
if we're
rules are
accepting
gonna
of
be-
ongoing, but we still have to do this other process, it really doesn't, it defeats the purpose.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't know your rules. I wish I could give you guys,
Oh, that's fine.
a straight answer, but
Yeah, I would suggest you call John, get some clarification on what you need, you
Okay,
know. And then,
Because I agree with what you said. I don't think any of the PDs are really scoring them. I think they're
No.
they're getting a list without numbers and then they're reviewing it with their police and fire commission. And then based on what you're learning, they make a decision who to hire. So I guess it's kind of like scoring when you go to the meeting, but it's without numbers basically. So that would just be a small change in the other paragraph in there.
And one of the things we would ask of the commission, because we're kind of on a tight timeline, we have information that one of our officers is going to be going to a much bigger department for a lot more money. Somebody who's from middle of our group, and it's a huge loss. So to make up that experience in that time, it's going to take some time. So you're going to put us down 2 people. So we're in a scramble mode. We're doing backgrounds on 4 officers at the time, and it's maxing out our investigative division. So is there any chance that we could get the commission to convene for a special meeting just for this topic? To go ahead and take advantage of the applicants we currently have instead of establishing that entire list. Once we've got it with John, get the process in place for an amendment, get it on the agenda, get it approved, and then take advantage of the applicants that we have flowing in.
sure.
Yep.
Nicole, along with what the chief said, here's an issue we're having that I just talked to our detective sergeant on the way here. So out of, what is it, 4 or 5? Four applicants we're doing now. Only one of them has had their polygraph done yet because the polygraph guys are backed up. So we were hoping to get the polygraphs done on them and get the initial background done and then have the special meeting and do both because we might want to give a conditional offer to one of them. So we really don't know the date yet, but it would probably be like around March, like 10th to 11th or 12th, somewhere in that area. We secured psych dates on the 19th because they're also backed up pretty far, but we were able to squeeze 2 in. So we think that's the 19th. So we'd have to have the meeting like maybe earlier that week, or if you guys are okay with not a last minute, but once we know the polys are done, we can contact them and say, hey, we're ready to do the special
With a
meeting.
3-day notice for OMA.
So you're saying sometime next week?
Probably, full time's
'Cause
flying
that's-
here, right?
That's
Yeah.
4th,
And
5th, and 6th is,
And the reason why we're trying to move at lightning speed, and we apologize, is there's an academy coming up, and all the
Yeah.
academies are in alignment now when they start. So
Yeah.
you lose that time, now you're pushing it 16 weeks down the road to when you possibly get another academy.
Yeah.
So it's all hands on deck to try and get these individuals that's on our eligibility list, not even the lateral list, vetted to see if it's somebody that we can give a conditional offer to. So we knew we always needed to hire a 39th officer, but now hiring a 38th officer is taking us a little bit by surprise, so now we're in full scramble mode. We know we're gonna probably lose 2 officers at the end of this year, possibly early next year to retirement. So we're gonna be going through it, as they say, the frustrations that every organization has. We've had a good run of 3 years of not having to go through this process, but now we're up against it. So the challenge is in
so
front
right
of us.
now my schedule next week.
That wouldn't be next week, probably like the 14th or 15th
Oh,
maybe.
you want it the 4th, that,
Somewhere around there, just to give us some wiggle room, because the psychs
Okay.
would be the following. I'd say the 14th might be a good day, maybe.
If it's a
but
Tuesday, to keep it
It's a
consistent.
Thursday, but the
Well-
problem is I don't know. They're finishing the psych supposedly next week.
what
Yeah.
about Tuesday, March 12th?
Might be okay, but I have to see if it's done yet.
And then we'll contact you by that Friday. How's that?
Okay.
To have proper notice.
Right. So Tuesday, I have Tuesday, March 12th, Monday, March 11th, or Thursday, March 14th.
With the 4th, because we have that meeting, a merit meeting on that Tuesday, Chief.
Okay.
How about the 14th?
14th Thursday,
Yeah,
so far. Okay.
Because then by Monday we can post.
tentatively the 14th at
Yep.
same time, 8:30.
Thank you so much. And we're sorry to do this, but
Well,
I can't say in crisis, but we know there's a crisis looming.
yeah,
Well, I'll tell you what, we could set that date. You can go ahead and send the invite, and if for some reason the polys don't get done by then, we can notify you and say, hey, I think they will be done. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
so right now then, the 14th at 8:30,
Okay.
okay.
And if we could ask Patty to post then, the 72 hours prior.
I'll talk to Cheryl too.
Okay, thank you. And then that is all we have for now. Is there anything else?
Well, I just have some applicants that we need to officially take off the list.
And we're gonna do that in executive session.
Could, yeah. There's no background issue to it, though, just,
Okay,
I don't know if you need to.
nothing else, and just go into exec, entertain a motion to go into exec
I'll
session.
make that motion.
All right, so,
You want some water? I know where water's at.
Want me to get some water?
Yeah,
I'll get it.
we like stealing their water all the time. The village water.
Anyone else?
No, I'm good. I'm okay.
and then I had a bad case of food poisoning on Thursday, and I just,
Oh, this is a good vintage.
oh, is it?
Oh, yeah, special edition, huh?
Hey, no, kiddo.
It's cold, okay, thanks. All right, entertain a motion then to, remove certain names from the, what,
From the police eligibility list.
please, eligibility list, yeah.
If you want me to mention the names, you want to record, or do you want to? Okay.
Somebody mentioned the name.
Somebody names.
Yeah.
The first candidate, Haley Hess, has taken a position with another department. Michael Marchione has, do we need a motion for each one? Can we just do
You can do them all together,
Okay.
yeah.
Michael Marchione has taken a job with another department, has declined to continue our process. And lastly, Joshua Spalding has also taken a position with another department, has declined to continue in our process. So we would ask for the commission to entertain a motion to remove these three subjects from our list.
I'll make that motion to remove those three names.
I'll second it. Is there any additional questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Do you want to enter the
Then,
laterals?
the next
Yeah.
motion is the lateral list.
For the lateral list, we'd like to remove Tamara Kushna and Victoria Johnson.
I'll make that motion. Do we need anything else?
I don't think we need anything else, based on background
No.
information.
Okay,
Okay, and I'll second that motion
okay.
to remove the two names from the lateral list. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. That's all.
That's all.
Okay, Steve, you're okay?
Correct, I just, no motions on what I
Okay.
needed.
Okay. Is there any other questions, comments, additions?
Is there any upcoming commission training? Since Brandon is new, I know when I started, when I got promoted, Al Gorski invited me to some like the training, and it was pretty good to understand. I kind of would like Brandon to go through that, and maybe possibly Patty.
Let me take a look and see.
I know there's an annual
There's something coming up.
training,
Yeah,
Really?
well, there is.
but I think it happened or just I'm not sure.
The, I have to say, the one that I had gone to first, it's very expensive for what you got. And so I wasn't really impressed with it. And so let me check. I think there's something coming up.
There is a spring seminar. Are you guys talking the Illinois Fire and Police Commissioners Association trainings?
Yeah,
They're
that's-
having a spring seminar, May 4th
Yeah,
in Bloomington.
that's the one that's really expensive. And you have to do modules, right? I think they're offering 1 through 4 or something modules.
Yeah,
then.
they are. It looks
Yeah.
like 3 modules. And it is 3 modules in general session. In person would be 600.
Yeah,
We'll send Patty. She can fill everybody
I mean,
out.
if one pops up in Vegas, I'm in.
yeah.
But
I'll
you
go-
know,
I
right?
get
I'll take
that.
you with me. Me and you.
Would
We'll go to
you?
Vegas. Absolutely. I just got
If you
back.
keep up with her.
I probably can't, but it's all right.
I'll keep an eye out
Yep, just,
because.
again, it's not me, it's talk to Patty and trying to, you know.
The one I had just gone to for, even though it said air protection districts encompassed everything.
Yeah, I think John Kelly did a commission update on Saturday
He
at
did.
the conference.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be nice. I mean, something
Yeah.
local would be
So
really good.
let me watch, out for that, because I get that as far as the pension board
Okay.
goes too, so that's where I picked up the additional information. So, okay, so we'll keep that in mind then.
Not to volunteer you
There's
for
something,
anything else, but
No, that's fine.
well, I mean, she just finished this big 16-week training or something like that.
Academy, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I'm interested. We just had a conversation where I want to learn more about PD
Yeah.
and their hiring.
So we'll
process.
keep an eye out. Unfortunately, the Illinois Fire and Police, that's the one that I wasn't really impressed with. Because was basics, we already have the basics. You need something a little bit more in depth. And when they only offer modules, and that's all you can take, they got 1, 2, 3, 4. So you may get 2 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon or something like that, so anyway. I'll keep an eye out, keep
Thank
you
you.
guys informed. Anything else? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Okay, and the time is 9:14. I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you very much.
thank you. I hope you feel better.
You guys might